Legends of Puaba? Legends of Puaba is an interesting tale about how you fix the blight that has emerged on a little village. Hello, I'm LegoBro, and this series is about checking out some of the Minecraft community's custom maps. Today we're going to be looking at Legends of Puaba by Sir Sassy Pants. This is what Sir Sassy Pants has to say about the map. In the small town of Puaba, a settlement nestled on an island deep in the ocean, a terrible blight has taken over. Crops are failing and people are dying. You must find the cause of this disease at all costs and find a cure for your village. And that's basically what the map is about. So he did a good job explaining it. So first let's look at the building of the map. I noticed that the buildings were not very interesting and felt pretty similar. You were able to make distinctions between each house though, even if it was a little difficult. The items on the tables were really nice and helped a lot with the score on this part. Plus, the water wheel data pack used was a great idea. I would have loved to see a bit more unique buildings and make them all stand out just a tad more. Also, the terrain was a good pick, but custom terrain is usually better. To review, the buildings were a little boring, the table items were really nice, and I liked the water wheel data pack, but it was all built on vanilla terrain. Next, let's look at Uniqueness. Now I feel like this story has been done a lot. You save the town from an evil disease, and not even much character development has gone into anyone. And getting the items feels like a grocery list of things you have to do. The main mechanics felt pretty overused as well, and no real overhaul to the game was implemented. Something unique with the little combat there is, or some sort of new crafting mechanics, could have really aided in this area. So to review, the plotline was very unoriginal, and the gameplay just felt like vanilla Minecraft. It didn't feel very unique. Next, let's look at how fun the map was. Despite not being a very unique map, I still enjoyed it. It felt a bit grindy at the beginning when you were tasked with completing a lot of villagers' tasks, but coming up with and finding solutions to their problems was a little entertaining. I would have liked to not get all of the item requests at once, and have a bit more of a progressive feel, and that would avoid an overwhelming of the player at the beginning with information. So to review, it was a tad grindy, but it was still pretty fun scavenging. Now we're going to look at functions. This map lacked functions, or any repeating command chain in general. Other than external data packs, this map didn't have anything that required functions. I will say though that the dialogue the villagers had was relatively well made, using different colored chat names to help aid who says what, and that's always a nice thing to have. I just wish there was a button that changed to a repeat dialogue in case you forgot who wanted what. Sometimes functions and uniqueness go hand in hand. The more unique a game is, the more functions are required to make it unique. So to review, there was no functions and the chat was pretty okay. Finally, let's look at the stability of the map. The map seemed very stable, especially since there's no functions, because functions usually lead to instability. Unfortunately, if you venture out to the crash site location before you get the button for it, you will be stuck inside of it and completely unable to progress. I had no choice when I played but to go into creative mode. Some sort of lock in this area to prevent you from going into it is an absolutely necessity, and with the few functionalities of the map, it felt like it was a huge missed opportunity. So, to review, it was a pretty stable map, but if you adventured out, it completely broke it. This brings us to an overall score of 3.8 out of 10. Now, the map wasn't bad at all, it just really needed some spice to make it feel different. But keeping it shorter is always a good idea. This map was relatively short. So please, Sir Sassy Pants, thought I'd never say that, please continue making maps and never make them too long. Focus on crafting a brilliant adventure with a small map, and I'll be glad to play it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like, and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.